Hey guys, me Damien back with another video, and today guys, I'm actually going to be reviewing something. I don't do reviews very much, and seeing that the last review I did was like on the Titanic, that's kind of But one thing is that this is actually going to lead to a project, which this is already a project, but this is the prototype. Cardboard RMS Titanic. Around 5 feet in length, this is the largest Titanic model I have ever built. In fact, it's so big I can barely fit it in the camera roll. To put into perspective of how big it is, this is the bow section and this is me. Now with the stern section, this is me, this is the ship. It's around 5 feet in length, which for a ship, pretty big. And yes, like the actual Titanic, it's split in half, so it's easier to use, and it's not as annoying to try and move, because it's easier with it being in parts. If it's all in one go, this is gonna be a bit harder to move, because it's so freaking big. Now, let's get started with the area that's on the bottom of the ocean that's completely destroyed. The stern section. Like the actual Titanic, it's circleized or whatever you want to say. This is the prototype, so it's not going to stay this way because it's highly fragile. It's not that very well put together and all that stuff. Like the smokestacks are fragile and they're not the correct color. But let's get started with the stern section. Now, this whole entire ship has no bottom yet because it's a prototype, obviously. So we got the rudder right here. It doesn't even, it's not gonna move. It's not gonna move in the movie either. It might move, I don't know, but. So what I did for the stern section, I just split up these, just made a circle type thing and kind of split sections and overlapped them. And just to make that, you know, stern-like feel. And then the rudder. The entire ship's covered in duct tape, which RIP to my duct tape roll. I don't have it anymore, but this is pretty much it on the bottom. Let's get started with the superstructure. Now, just like where the actual Titanic split in half, at least in theory, it's split directly after this funnel or smokestack. And actually, to keep its shape, I boxed it up right here. And I'll probably make it look cooler with more duct tape and all that stuff, but right now, that's not the deal. So, you can see we have a little bit of inside right there, and that's pretty much it. You can kind of see the inside right here. This ship is not going to actually sink in real water, obviously, because this ship is a great project that I've been working on for a while, but so if you don't already know, this is the superstructure, and actually at almost all of the houses that are on top of this superstructure deck, all of these little houses or whatever they're called, these are actually accurate to the actual Titanic. I looked up photos and actually put parts like this and all that stuff to make it accurate to the real ship. I also did the gigantic window thingy and the other one right here. I did it on both sides, but they're probably going to get covered by duct tape to keep this thing stable, because this thing is easy to collapse, which is not good, and this is just connected right here, and then for all we know, it could just fall off. You can kind of see down there. Now, like the stern section, I had to look up photos and stuff to make it look accurate on that stuff. Like, I even got this part. got this little area, the little windows and all that stuff. This ship is going to have fake windows, actually. Now we have this little area. I don't know what it's called, but I do know one thing. We have reached the poop deck. I don't know why it's called the poop deck, but this is called the poop deck for some reason. And I don't exactly know why, but fun fact, by the way, this smokestack in the actual Titanic was fake purely for looks and ventilation. Actually, all the smokestacks are hollowed out, so yeah, kind of cool look right there, which means I could probably put like some smoke bombs in there and have smoke come out of the smokestacks. Obviously not this one, because this one's fake. But now we've reached to the beautiful part of the wreckage that is basically frozen in time. We have reached the oldest part of the bow, or the oldest part of this project. This is actually the first thing I started on this ship, was the sides. But we've reached the bow, and we've reached the forecastle deck. That's at least what I think this is called. I tried to look it up. It said forecastle deck. This is what I think. I don't know for sure, but I think we've reached the forecastle deck. Now, I don't know what any of these decks are called, unfortunately, but anyways. So yeah, this ship is actually proper good. It's proper cool. It's pretty cool. It's still kind of bending in this area, and then it kind of gets into that shape. You can kind of see it. Like, imagine it on the bottom of the engine. Oh my gosh, the railing's gone. Anyways, let's get started on the superstructures. So we have that little area. We got these little things. These things are probably going to stay. Then we got these little houses on the side. This one's good. This one's falling down and all that stuff, but whatever. We have this little area where the captain goes and all that. And this is actually accurate to the actual Titanic's stuff, or little houses and all that stuff. So this right here, that holds this smokestack. They're actually tilted, which is kind of cool. But yeah, for some reason, this is the grand staircase. And we have the second smokestack. And then we reach this little area, and there should be the next smokestack right here, but it's because the ship is split in half. This area, like the other part, is also sectioned off to keep the ship's shape, because it would kind of move around, the walls would be moved, and kind of mess with that nice feel up there. But it is time to reunite the two pieces of the Titanic. And now we get this really, really big piece of junk. You can kind of still see this area is supposed to connect to here, but because this deck is not really being supported too much, I can't really do that at the moment because I have no duct tape. But yeah, we have that smokestack. So we have this one will have smoke, 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 no smoke, because this one's fake. This one was purely for looks, just to make the ship more intimidating. But it was the largest ship in the world at the time, 883 feet, and it sank on its first voyage. Wow, how successful. But obviously, you can see many, many flaws in this ship. Like, there are areas where you can kind of see some cracks in the ship. This area is collapsing. This area is also kind of collapsing. This isn't even properly secured. The poop deck has little holes and crap, and you can see this, and the smokestacks are, yeah, and also the entire area, you can obviously see where it's being connected and all that stuff. It's just ugly right now, but it gets better. We get better at it, because this isn't a final product. This is just the prototype. I'm gonna try and make this thing actually colored. I'm gonna try and make this thing have the same color that I actually did, like red on the bottom, black on the top. At the top, actually no, the double bottom will be red, the bottom will be black, the top will be white and all that stuff, just like the actual Titanic. It's just I'll have to try and even it out whenever I get to the bow section. But yeah, so you can kind of see a little crease on where the superstructure starts. And it's not actually a pure crease. It's not actually all the way there, because if it was, then we would not be correct on the stern. And it's crooked anyway, so it's just gonna go down, so whatever. This whole ship is kind of right now, but at the moment we are still working on it, or I am still working on this. I made it myself with my bare hands and all that stuff. So yeah, this is my Titanic model ship out of cardboard. It's not the best model. There are flaws. This is my first time trying to make a cardboard version of the ship, so one day I'll make a better model, but for now, this is what it looks like. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. We're gonna get in that apartment, baby. Bye.